It's Tuesday and you're watching Simon's Trading Channel. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining me. Let's get straight in with the price action analysis. As Bitcoin has a bit of a red looking day, just like Monday. So a bit of a negative start to the week, but the week is far from over, and it'll be interesting to see what Bitcoin actually does. Now, you can see there are 4.5 hours left before this candle closes. And yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a red one. What this does to me is, you could say it was a channel, but I think there's more obvious. What's the word? Range. Why couldn't I think of that word? Which Bitcoin is very kindly demonstrating here. And so remember, this is a daily time frame, right? So daily closures would be needed back above whatever that blue line is now, sort of 68, probably call it 68.5 for more upside, and potentially another try towards 70,000, and the opposite would be daily closure below 65. Which is not a million miles away from at the moment, only $700 away, which is but a sniff for Bitcoin. And, daily closures back below there, I would expect Bitcoin to make a move somewhere down, or make another move to the downside, probably somewhere around sort of 62 to 63. And then who knows? So bear in mind those numbers I just mentioned, and if you switch over to or if I switch over to the weekly time frame, and then if you stick a Fibonacci, I shouldn't really do this because you need a weekly closure to then sort of confirm that there is indeed going to be a pullback. As I try in vain to move this thing, happens to me every video. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, so if you do a Fibonacci retracement of this whole move up, then you can see 63, which I also just mentioned on the daily time frame, is indeed the 382. So, let's say that Bitcoin does wind its way down for the rest of the week. I think that's fine. Like, that's a shallow pullback of a move up. 61,000 I would say is also fine. Oh, sorry about that. If you look, oh, wow, how rude. If you look on the weekly time frame, crikey, sorry, I just got a load of gas from somewhere, but yes, it's not smell-o-vision, you'll be pleased to know. Yay, I managed to move the thing out of the way. So you see this move up here, you quite clearly see. So I can't quite remember what I was saying about this move up to here, but say at the closure of this week, that was at the 382. If that trend was going to continue, then it should have turned up there. And when Bitcoin then closed the following week red below the 0.5, it did get some support above the 618, and then just broke down and did a full retracement. It didn't actually close a weekly though. It didn't close the weekly below this wick, or all right, it did by like a hair's breadth, and then bounced up. So yeah, you want to, personally, I want to see for trend continuation. In an uptrend on a weekly time frame, I'd like to see no weekly closures below 61, and I'd probably like to just see a wick down to 63. And so that can happen any day this week, because it's just the closure that is the important thing. I'm just going to remove those two, don't need them on there. Flick back to the daily, check in on the momentum. So yeah, momentum's still above the zero line, so it's still to the upside, but it's still turning down, and it will continue to fall unless Bitcoin can reclaim $2,000 from where it is. And $2,000 is 67.7. which is quite close to the top of this range. So probably as it bursts through the top of this range, fingers crossed, that will turn back up, and then, you know, it'll be momentum to the upside and continuation of trending move. On the 4 hour, you can see it has closed below the zero line, and the last closure, so this candle here, closed below the zero line, and looks like with only 26 remaining of this candle, and that's going to be a red one too, this will turn back up 67,250. So yeah, it's got a bit to do. Bitcoin has got a bit to do. Effectively, it needs to get back above this high here, which is the middle of the range, to then turn the MACD back up. And it's a bit too far away from the zero line to take any notice of that number. But yeah, there's a bit to do. There's a bit to do. You know, you could draw a trend line on. It's probably done one of those weird things. I've seen this quite a lot with Bitcoin, where if you do this, it seems to match up, which is weird. So you kind of like pick out the highs. So this isn't the way to draw trend lines, and then it turns out that it picks out the lows. I don't know what's going there. Some sort of kind of trading geometry that I don't really know anything about. But anyway, yeah, it's definitely still to the upside. This, like I said in yesterday's video, is the obvious target to begin with. And the 382 on the weekly time frame basically comes around there as well. I think pullbacks to there are just another opportunity, to be honest. Whew, what's that? 7 minutes. That's kind of all I wanted to say today. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe. And if you haven't, don't come back tomorrow, because it'll be Wednesday, midweek. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.